Hi guys, and welcome to today's tutorial. This is Style by Somi and I am glad to have you here. In today's edition, we are going to be creating this masterpiece blouse. And if this is what you are interested in, please watch this video to the end. Let's get started. Okay guys, this is me taking my vertical measurement, shoulder to armhole, shoulder to bust point, shoulder to underbust, shoulder to waist, shoulder to hips, and all of that respectively. So the length we are working with is 30 to 31 inches. This is depending on the client you're working for. If the person is a tall person, you can use this measurement. But if the person is on the average or not that tall or not a tall person, you can use maybe 26, 27, 28. So for this style now, we are going to be coming down 5 inches from the hip line. So you see this is extra and it's just because of the styling. Now this is me going ahead to take my nipple to nipple measurement. Yes, my nipple to nipple measurement. After I've gone down with my lines, my bust point, my underbust, I took my nipple to nipple measurement so we can get our dart. And this is me taking a dart of 1 inch on both sides of the leg of the dart. Yes, to be a total of 2 inches. And after that, I'm going to connect it to the hemline. So that is that for that. Now, I'm going to take my shoulder measurement. Shoulder of 16 divided by 2 is giving us 8. And the neck, what I have at the shoulder, I'm measuring it at the armhole line so I can get a straight line over there. And I went ahead to take my shoulder slope, a neck width of 3 inches, a neck depth of 3 inches. Now, this is me connecting the lines together, the neck lines together. And I'm going to slope down my shoulder. Yes, shoulder slope. I'm going to take that down. Now, this is me measuring my bust circumference around the armhole line so that I can be able to identify how my curve is going to sit for my armhole. So this is the armhole curve that I'm trying to pattern out with my pattern master, as you can see me do. Now, moving forward, I'm going to come up by 1 inch from the bust point and go down by 1 inch from the bust point so that we can be able to connect our bustier, our dart. This is because going up and coming down by 1 inch or ½ inch is going to give us a rounder bust around that bust point. It's not going to be funny. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be actually funny when you connect it straight like that, because it's going to be pointy at the bust point, so you wouldn't want that. So now this is me connecting my darts like that, and I have done that. I'm going ahead to measure the difference between my bust point and my under bust, and I'm connecting it at the up to give me the upper chest line. Yes, it's going to give me the upper chest line. Fine. I now went further. I went further to increase the length of the dart on that upper chest line, and I gave it a dart of half inch on both sides, making it 1 inch in total. This is me connecting the ½ inch dart at the upper chest line, as you can see me do. I'm connecting them together to meet the bust point. So that is that for that. Sorry, I'm using a marker. I'm using a pencil. I'm going to be using a marker as the video progresses. Now from the bust point, I'm going up by 1½ inches so that we can create our bust bridge. Then I came in from the center front by ½ inch. When we open it, we are going to get 1 inch. So you can go up by 2 inches. You can go up by 2 inches. You can go up by 1 inch, depending on how you want it. Now, this is me trying to connect my cups. Yes, this is me adjusting the dart legs, and I'm going to connect from one side of the dart leg to the other to the center front where we made the bridge for the bust. So this is me connecting that with my pencil, which I am still going to use a marker to make it stand out later as the video still progresses, just like I have done the previous ones already. Now this is me connecting the center front cup, the first cup, yes, which is the center one. Now around the armhole angle, divide it by 2, whatever you have there, divide by 2, then come down by 1/2 inch. This is going to guide us on how we are going to take our side cup. So this is me dividing by 2, and I came down by 1/2 inch, as you can see me do. So I'm measuring what I have from bust point to the 2 dart legs, so that so that the lines will be equal. Yes, because you wouldn't want, I don't want any shortage, so that's why I did that. Now this is me connecting from the dart legs to that point. I divided the armhole angle and came down by 1/2 inch. This is me connecting that. Alright, our side cup is having shape. This is me connecting from the under bust to the armhole angle so that we can get our side cup, and that is our side cup having shape. I'm going to be using a marker to do that later, which you are going to see. Now I'm taking my bust dart measurement, the difference between the back piece and the front piece. So this is me taking it out around there. The bust dart, that's me taking it out. So now I am going to be marking my measurements, my bust circumference divide by 4, my waist under bust circumference by 4, waist circumference by 4. I'm going to be snatching this waist with 1/2 inch. That means 2 inches in total. You can do what suits you. You can do 3 inches, you can do 4 inches, but the least I want to do here is 2 inches. But that will be later as the video progresses. I forgot to take it while I was doing this, but I still displayed it later on. So now this is me connecting the hips to the waist, from the waist to the bust area. Yes, connecting the body measurements. So this is that. Mind you, this style is not that shaped at the hip. It's having this little conical effect at the hip line. Yes, at the hemline, it's having this little conical effect. So we are still going to be talking at that. At the shoulder line, you come down, at the armhole line, you come in by 2.5 inches and connect it to the other side of the dart. That's the side cup. Sorry, to the side of the cup, the side cup, you connect it together. That is going to be the front yoke. Mind you, this is a QueenAnn neckline. Yeah, so this neckline that we drew is just for beginners. Yes, we really did not need that neckline, but we just had to put it there. Now this is me measuring what I have at the hip line to know if it is going to be up to 2.5 inches, so that we can have this conical effect at the hem of this blouse. But it really was not enough. So now you can see me, I added a paper to that area, and I am trying to extend the lines, as you can see me do. So I now marked my 2.5 inches, connecting it from the waistline. Guys, so this is it. This is me doing that. I've connected it already. So whatever you have there, you square it up to the hem of the dress or the hem of the pattern. Now I'm going further to open up my bust dart, but this is going to be easier if I open my waist dart. After now, I am going to be opening my waist dart so I can close the bust dart. So now, this is me opening my waist dart, as you can see me do. I am opening my waist dart from the hemline of this pattern to the bust point or so that I can be able to close my bust point. Now I've closed my bust point. You can close and use a paper tape to hold yours. Now this is me cutting my pattern. Our pattern is almost ready, our front pattern. This is me cutting out the center cup, cutting out the yoke, cutting out the bust bridge. Don't forget, when you do your bust dart, always use your marker or your chalk to extend any line that is not straight. For this one now, I redrafted the cup, I redrew the cup, and I redrew our bust measurement. Now for the styling, from your waistline, come down by 5 inches. By then, you might have joined all your patterns together to form a full front piece. From your waistline, come down by 5 inches at any level, at any side you want it. But me, I am using the side that my marker is showing. I came down by 5 inches from my waistline, as you can see me do from my waistline. And from the same dart leg side, you go out by 1 inch. Yes, come down by 5 inches from your waistline. At the hemline, come out from the dart leg by 1 inch. This is the styling that we want to achieve now, as you can see me do. Then you take a slant line. It's not going to be that straight, it's just a little slant. So that is what you see me do. You slant it down to the hem of the pattern, just like you see me do. So this is me doing that, slanting it. Now from that 5 inches that you came down by, you curve it to connect to the hip line. After you might have gone up by 5 inches, from the hemline towards the end, you go up by 5 inches. That 5 inches or 6 inches that we added to the hem of the cloth, depending on the hem of the paper, depending on your client's measurement. So you go up by 5 inches from the hemline, you connect it connect it straight to that 5 inches that you came down by from the waist line. I don't know if you can understand, but please just watch this video carefully so that you understand what I am talking about. So that is that for the styling. Now at the other side of the pattern, you still come up by, this is me trying to make sure that the lines are accurate. At the other side of the pattern, you still come up by that same 5 inches that we added. This is just for the styling. I told you guys it shouldn't be longer than what it should normally be. So you come up by 5 inches, then you connect it from this 5 inches to that 1 inch's hem, to that 1 inch that we took out from the other dart leg. So this is just the styling. You are going to see me do that now. From this 5 inches we came up from the other side of the dart. This is me connecting it from this 5 inches to that 1 inch that we went out from. This is me pointing it out from here to here. You mark, yes, from here to here. You take, it shouldn't be that curve. So you can just play around with it, or you can just know how you're going to maneuver it. But that is the styling of this blouse. Yeah, so you connect it from that point to this point. So guys, I've done that already. Yes, this is me connecting it, and this is what we have. So I'm going to shed out the parts that will be cutting out for us to see. Please guys, if you have watched up to this part, I am super grateful. Thank you for sticking around. Please, if you like what I did here, if you like what I am doing, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and please give me a comment on the comment section if you want to see the sewing tutorial of this blouse. Yes, so this is me pointing out the parts I am going to be cutting out, and straight up I am cutting it out already. Our blouse is already having form. The blouse is already having shape, even though it is on a pattern paper. So you watch carefully so that you will not forget the parts that you have to cut out. Now that is the 1 inch that we took out from that side of the dart. Now this is me trying to place my scissors and cutting out the other style line. Yes, so that is that for that, and this is what we have after everything. Now this is me snatching my front waist. I came in by 1/2 inch and I am connecting it out. this is it. So this is the back piece. Going ahead to label the lines, taking a neck of 3 inches by 3 inches. This neck is not needed, but it's just for beginners purpose. So this is me taking my bust circumference, my shoulder, my armhole, and all of it. So this is me taking my shoulder slope, connecting it to the neck line. So now I'm going to mark my bust circumference at the armhole, my waist circumference, my hip circumference divided by 4, and the same thing I will do at that hem line. Fine. So this is me now taking my armhole curve. Yes, I've gotten my armhole curve, and I'm going straight to mark a dart of 4 inches, just like we did at the front pattern. This is me now drawing out my chest line, yes, to make it be full on every side, because the dart is going to pass across there. So this is me connecting the dart together from the hem line to the waistline to the chest line. Now we are going to be taking a dart of half inch on both sides. Yes, the back should not have more than a half-inch dart. So we are going to connect it from the hem line to the waistline and now close it up at the chest line. So you further still see me bring one side of the front yoke, so that we can be able to know how our our neck for the back is going to be. So we came in by 2.5 inches. We'll do the same thing for the back also, because the neck should be equal at the back and at the front. So you connect it from one side of the dart leg. Make sure you don't have any curves around there, because the back is not supposed to be curving. So now this is me taking my measurements, my bust, and connecting them, squaring them up together. Don't forget, we came out from the hip line at the front with 2 inches. We are still going to repeat that so that we can have the same exact shape. This is me now connecting the lines together. Yes, after I might have come out by 2.5 inches, and I squared it down to the hem of this blouse. So this is that. We now have the yoke. Now I'm taking this back is not going to be having a zipper, so I took out 1.5 inches. I took out 1.5 inches from the chest around the bust area, and at the hem area I took 1 inch. This is me taking my snatching out, 1/2 inch for the waist snatching. Now for the eyelets, I took out 1.5 inches at the up, and at the hemline I took 1 inch. I wanted to have this slanted, this slight triangle at the back. Yes, so we are going to be shredding that out since it's not going to be having a zipper. So remove that part of this pattern. It's not going to be inside what we are looking for. This stuff, the neckline too is not needed. This is me bringing the side front to measure so that I can get the hem line. So the hems should be equal. Yes, the back front and the back side and the front side should be equal, so that you not have funny stuffs going around there. Now this is me giving it a style at the hem. You can do what suits you, but I just wanted it to be simple, like a regular curve from the side and all of that. So since I've noted where the front side hem is stopping, I use that to mark out that of the back too. So this is the back piece. We are done. We are now going to cut it out. This is me cutting out the part that we are going to put in our eyelet. As you can see me do, I am cutting it out already. And we are cutting the back yoke. This is the back yoke. Please guys, don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and we are going to have a very peaceful environment here. So this is me cutting them out placing to cut the hemline. Yes, and the side seam. Don't forget, very importantly, don't forget to add your sewing allowances. This pattern is not having any allowance at all. So if I'm going to use this to recreate the style in material, I will definitely be adding my allowances. Side seam, that allowances, and all of that. So I will now put the space for the eyelet. I want you to take note when you're putting your eyelet, the two around the waistline, at the up and at the down, around the waistline should be very close to each other, so that it will help you to cinch your waist very perfectly and give you that fitting. So as you can see, the two there are very, very clustered to each other. And also, you have to label this because this center back now is kind of going to be confusing. Yes, so you have to label it so that you will not get confused. You put down your arrows indicating where is the up and where is the down. So this is me indicating with my arrow so I don't get confused. Yeah, so that is that for that. Now I'm going to bring in the front and the back to show us what we are having finally. Yes, this piece is just ready. So this is it. This is me trying to place the front yoke. The front yoke, I have used my tape or gum to hold up the bra cups, the cups. Yes, and you can see it is fitting just like in a dress. So this is what we are having, guys. If you have watched to this point, I am very, very excited. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you in my next video. Bye.